Here actually learning how to use my phone to actually show you guys how to do stuff on YouTube. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Landa. I know I have another video up on this, but this is actually going to show you the actual application here and see exactly what's going on, how my account looks, and all the things that kind of go on with Landa here. Now, all the time this application's been changing, right? And I've only been, a member of Landa here for about 2 weeks, so I'm still a little bit new to Landa here and kind of everything that's going on it. So, and some viewers might be like, "You only have like less than $200 invested." Yeah, 15 days, people, settle down. So, but if we're being serious here, it looks like I made my first deposit 9/12/2019, and I made another deposit which isn't even here yet. 9/20, Landa gave me a little kickback because there was some things going on that we figured out. I got more money coming in, and whoop-de-doo, right? None of that stuff's important here, but this app's actually really cool. So through my equity here that I've got going right now, I've got about just under $160 in regular straight equity. Through that Landa application here, my monthly rent here comes out to $1.06. And that's, of course, as long as there's somebody in each property. And so far, there hasn't been any vacancies in any of the properties for Landa because they've been so, they're so new, right? They're not old, they're not new, they're just, it's kind of weird. I'll show you a little bit of it here. As we kind of start to look through the application, all the things that are going on here. Up top here, you're, to the top left there, you'll see like there's a little, kind of like a bubble, kind of like a talk bubble here. It's actually pretty cool here that, there's a lot of different things that are going on. I was messing around with with Amy, the personal investment assistant here. It's just a chat bot that's able to kind of help you with things here. So obviously you could always talk to a human. You hit that little button here, and all of a sudden you get a pop-up over here where now we're talking to, Landa people here. So as you guys can see, I misspelled always, but don't worry, I did fix it. So my grammar's not the greatest. Feel free to yell at me. They usually do anyways. So today they just launched this property here at 9439 Lakeview Road in Georgia, right? So I did buy some shares of this property here. Most people watching this are going to go, but that's a little expensive for the shares, and I agree. At 563 is it's fair market value for the property. They're just an equity. But if you kind of scroll down here, it says that for each share we're going to get 3 cents a share. It's really 3.5 cents a share. If you look at the rent payout down here, so rent profit 524. Rent payout 352, so which is pretty good, right? All things considered, it's I think it breaks out to like 40 some cents a year per share, so not all a bad thing here. So Union City, it kind of shows you a lot of the different things here. Average sale price per square foot, average rent is $1K. So this one here is a little bit on a higher end for Landa. That would say that out of all of the properties they have to this point, this is probably one of the nicer properties that they have, and one of the more expensive ones as well. So you guys will be able to look at this property as well as several others when you guys go ahead and download that application. So obviously I can go back in and buy or sell or whatever. So this property is pretty good. They just got it, so there's nothing in the reserves, which is what this is here. They also have the legals, but even better than that, they show what it's built. They show a lot more information, even like the lease documents of the people that are living there. Obviously, they just bought this property. I'm assuming they bought it from another rental company because it looks like the tenants lived here for 40 months. They still have another 8 months left on their lease. So when it comes to what I'm looking for rent-wise, I'm sure I'm going to get my money at least for the next 8 months or so. So I'm not too worried about it. Seems like a pretty well upkept property for the most part, but it's a rental property like anything else. So, and they've got lots of these properties. This is obviously their other offering, and you hear me talk about this one in that other video. This one's that one where they didn't finance the property at all. So you end up getting a little bit more, in rent, but you're also paying, $8.79 a share. So I'm actually surprised that this one's still on here. I know a lot of people that have invested in this one. So and it's not a bad property, right? But it's it's worth 87,000 or just really short of 88,000. That's the valuation that land is putting on the property. So as soon as the 10,000 shares are up, this property will no longer be an offering. It'll be fair market there. But they have several other properties here. This is actually a duplex. So it's actually two properties that that you actually own that you get rent on both of them. So just under $7 a share, but you're getting 5 cents a share, or really 5.67 cents a share if we really want to be technical with it. A lot of the tenants have been here already. I don't own any shares of this one, mostly because the saturation with this property is pretty high, and there's not really any shares to purchase, if that makes sense. But they've got several other properties on here as well. They pop up as new. I don't know why they do that. They just, you kind of keep scrolling through them. This one I own 8 shares at. It's probably one of my better properties that I personally own here. This one's paying me, as soon as it's done loading, 3.5 cents a share, just over. Which is pretty good for my $4 investment. I bought it for quite a bit less than what it's selling for right now. So they have a lot of features on here, and they keep adding more and more, which is kind of cool. They also have a feature called baskets, right? And this is something I haven't really looked into too much, but it allows you to own kind of like fractional shares across a bunch of different properties. In this case, these are the 3 properties that they'll sell you fractional shares of. But it's a pre-offering. Last I looked at this, they wouldn't let you buy any for whatever reason, mostly because it's not really where it should be. I'm not really sure how this is going to work, just because all those properties have very different valuations on them. The big issue right now is a lack of properties for land. I think they blew up a lot faster than they expect to blow up, which means that some of the property values on here, in my opinion, are a little bit higher than maybe they should be. But as they add more and more properties, this will start to go away. So if you're looking at things and you're noticing things are up, 37%, or even more than that, you kind of know that things are blowing up kind of on a proportion of what they typically would. So which is good. So obviously they pay out once a month. The money goes right back into your Landa account. I've had nobody that I've talked to here that uses this application has any issues with depositing or pulling money out. I guess the one negative is, it takes 4 or 5 days for funds to settle before you can actually use them. But you can use your new funds to purchase in offering houses immediately. And I know I've looked on their Facebook page, and I know a lot of that's going to change in the future here. There's going to be a lot more instant transactions, or 24-hour transactions is what they're trying to do here. So ignore my $11.41 in total gains. It's really only $1.41. Landa ended up giving me an extra $10 for finding an error in their application, and it wasn't a big deal here at all, and they didn't have to do that, but they did it anyways, so which is kind of cool. But it does go into my gains column here, and I'll have to pay taxes on it like anybody else. So but yeah, I've got lots of different applications, lots of different homes that I'm interested in owning. So like I said, for people who already are in that Landa app, this property, the 9439 Lakeview, that dropped today as far as I'm aware. And I know lots of people that have already gotten into purchasing this application. So, they do have a referral program, which is really cool. So if you're new to Landa, you haven't played with it at all yet, there's going to be a link in the description here. You can go ahead and click on that link. It'll actually give you $10. It'll give me $10 too, which is great because I probably need a microphone. But it puts it right in the application here. So, which is kind of cool, just for referring people. So as well. So they also have a Facebook group as well. So if you go to Landa, you like their page, whichever, Carmel will kind of invite you to join that Facebook group. Or if you go to landa.app, all the way to the bottom, there's a little link that says, hey, come join the application, be, great, whatever. So or join the group, I should say. There's a lot of really cool people on there. Myself, there's people who are very willing to help you. There's got over 500 members to this point, and by the time you watch this video, probably have several more. But yeah, this is my first time using the screen grab feature here. If you like what you see or think I could do it better, or think that there's more things that I could do differently to make this better, or you have some suggestions or really anything, just put a comment down below here. I'm still learning this whole thing here, so don't forget to subscribe. Last I looked, we had 32. If we can get to 50, it'll make me super happy, because I don't make any money on any of this stuff. But I thought it was pretty cool that this application's out there, and it's definitely a really cool thing for the individual investor. It's a very liquid investment. If you buy a rental property today, or dropping $100,000 to $300,000, and you're not going to get any money out of that property. It's just kind of a placeholder for your money, if that makes sense. So it's income nonetheless, but it's not liquid. I could sell these 21 shares right now, get my money back for them, pull my money out of Landa and put it into something else if I wanted to. Our property's not the same way. So, like I said, try out the application. Let me know if you've got any questions down below. Join that Facebook community. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if there's a way I could do this better. All right. Talk to you guys then. Bye-bye.